Well, how you guys doing? 52 years old. This is Martin. You know me, 52-year-old, 16 years worth of retirement, MBA from University of San Francisco, engineering degree from UC Davis. Have about 25 years of sales experience on and on. So, a couple of days before Thanksgiving, I'm in California. They're fighting about curfews. Does anyone fight about money? Hey, I'm hungry. Can you just give me no money? Oh no, we don't give you no money, man. I'm gonna just have a curfew from 10 a.m. to 5 a.m. So you just stay in the house and do whatever. Have you stay in the house again, where probably everyone already had the virus already. But we'll just try this again because I just have nothing to do. Gotta pretend I'm trying to do something to help stop the pandemic or whatever they're calling it. I've come to the conclusion everyone's just gonna have to get it. If you live, you live. You die, you die. It'll be a sort of like that's The Stand that's coming out soon on CBS. Or you make it or you don't make it. I mean, that's the only way. The so-called vaccine's not even gonna come out until December something. So it was just politicians just making shit up now. Trick is what's going to happen when no one starts listening to the medical professionals. Now that's what you got to look out for. It's already happening, so eventually just no one's going to pay attention. Well, you said this, you said that. Well, how do we know it's going to be that way this time? And they'll argue, and then people will just go do what they want. But what I want you to do for most important is what are you going to get? I'm just like dribbling, man. I'm already 52, like I'm 72, dribbling and stuff. I remember when I was younger, interest rate used to be 10%. It did, man. If you had $100,000 in a savings account and you had 10% interest, you got $10,000 back a year. That's almost a year's worth of rent. So just want you to think about that. Now that the interest rate is 1% and you get $1,000 back if you put your money in a bank. Just think about that. $100,000, 1,000. $100,000, 10%. Just think about that difference. I mean, you see why? That's why money is at risk right now. Because to make money now, you have to do something to put the money at risk. If it's real estate or you have your business, it's not how it was when I was younger, or just a few years ago when you could put money in the bank. The banks wanted your money so they could turn around and invest it. Now they're just saying, hey, we're just going to put your money in the bank and save it. So you're saying, hey, Martin, why do you always talk about money? I want to think about how many of you are college students right now and have college debt? You know, I had a student loan over $94,000. Now it's down to $26,900. Because this year they reduced the interest to 0% on the student loan. So instead of having to pay the extra $110 to pay the principal, for the interest, I applied that extra money to the principal. So, or just think if you're about to retire. How about if you're about to retire, and you had your savings account was a $300,000. That's when the stock market was high, and now what's going on? The stock market's going up and down. Did your stock go down? If that stock went down, that's inside your retirement account. That drops your whole retirement down. That's what I learned from my mom so many years ago. Stock may be $20 today, but if you leave it in that retirement account, it could be worth zero. And that's what causes your retirement account to drop if you have a retirement account. So it puts you in a position where, are you going to leave your money in a retirement account, or are you going to take that money out? Or just say, hey, what about if you had $10,000 and you wanted to say, I want to just to get some money. I want $10,000. I just want to put it away. I don't want to touch it for a year. Well, you can do that now. You know what you're going to get back on that? $100. It went back 5 or 6 years ago. You could get 10%, even 8% on $10,000 would be $800. 10% on 1% is $100, man. So it almost makes you want to take that money and, go buy this and buy that. No. Don't do that. I'm driving around today. I see so many luxury cars. I'm here in Hemet, that parking lot in Hemet, where the Target is, Beamers. I see the Volkswagen. Remember when the Passat came out, the new Passat models? I got people in there Eldorado. What? Not Eldorado. It's the Camaro. What is it? It's Camaro or something. And then I was coming in, some person passed me in a new Camaro. All these fancy cars. The banks, by having an interest so low, is making you think, oh, I'm not going to save my money. I'm just going to go buy something. And supposedly what that does is artificially makes you think the economy is growing. Technically it is, but now if people don't have any money or cash coming in, then that could be a problem. So I want you to think about that. That's why I said, if you're going to retire, if you're a younger person, are you in college or high school? Right now, all you're doing is online training, and they haven't reduced your fees. I talked to a young girl yesterday, woman. What is it? She says, am I woke? Should I say young woman instead of young female? And she said, University of Redlands didn't drop their fees for online training. Still paying the same price. So what about if you're a student? What are you going to do if you have student loan? And you're forced, if you're a student loan, I want you to have a program for you. I reduced my student loan from $94,110 to $26,900. That was started paying it off as we started coming out the recession. Also, on top of that, I ended up paying $19,100 for a Medicare bill for my grandmother that passed away. And I was also going through probate for her thing. So I know how it is to be having to pay bills and stuff and keep going. But also I took some extra money, which means I was working 60, 70 hours a week, taking that extra money and paying down that loan just in case we have some situation as we have now. But you got to pay down that loan, because by paying down that loan, you build down your confidence. But hey, you got to get that money. And that's what I learned is interest helps, man. That little interest I put away, if I could put $10,000 away, end of the year, get $1,000, turn around, use that $1,000 to pay on an account or something. That helped a lot. So let me know if you're a college student, high school student. That's why I say you better learn how to gamble, because that's going to be the new gold rush of the future. Because they have already legalized gambling, so now you're going to be able to go out to you always have the fantasies, you have the whatever, you have the fantasies, you can go to the casinos and stuff and gamble. I mean, gambling is going to be the new gold rush. So with all that money coming in, they're going to be looking for people who want to have the places are going to start opening up. The banks, like the Wells Fargo's, the Schwab, they're going to open gambling investment funds, but they'll need people to actually just go to the casinos and play. I just need you to play blackjack for me, get a return, and that's how they're going to give their money back to their people. So why don't you be one of those people that they hire to play poker, to play blackjack, baccarat roulette? So that's why I say you're doing your online training for high school or college. Hey, learn how to gamble, man. Even if right now, say if you're about to retire, who's about to retire within the next 2 or 3 years? You have an extra $10,000 in the bank. Hey, have you considered gambling? That's what I'm doing. My gambling game of choice is blackjack, because I believe that's the best way you can get your money at 50%. Best you get even odds. And if the more you train and improve your skills, so when you're sitting at the table and people are doing crazy stuff, they're drunk and doing all stuff, you'll stay focused. Even if you're drinking, you should be able to play the blackjack, splits, double downs. And that's what I have in my blackjack retirement course for $500. My goal is to sell 1,000 of those before 2021. And then after that, I'll take that money and reinvest it into a bigger fund where I'll have people bring their money in. And then I'll have my own blackjack people and send them on that one book, The Basic Strategies of Blackjack, get them out there, making us some money back. And I'm going to do it myself. I'm heading off to Vegas, take $500, and my goal is to win $50. I want to show you what happens when you use proper strategy. I may even win 1,000 or 2,000. I'm going to the downtown Grand where they have the parlay bets. So while I'm paying the regular blackjack, I can I can get the parlays and different things. So tell me, would you be willing to play blackjack to make an extra $1,000, $2,000 a year because interest rates are at 1% to 2%? Think about that. Also, but I'll be able to take that money, and then if necessary, I can maybe apply for start looking into different investments when it comes to real estate funds or real estate trusts. Not buying any type of properties. Don't buy duplexes. The reason I wouldn't buy duplexes is people don't pay their rent. Government's making it harder for you to get your money, and it's making it easier for them to justify not paying your rent. So how many of you have owned triplexes, duplexes? I did. I own 2 duplexes. I own housing property. And what I learned is you've got to have units. If you're not able to scale, you can't overcome people not paying the bills. And that's what kills you, and that's what causes you to lose your property. That's what killed me with the duplexes. You have 1 or 2 people paying. You have 4 units, say, and I need 2 to 3 people to pay, and only 1 is paying, and then I'm done. I can only get so many tax deductions. And I can only imagine now, because Trump and all those people, because of all these laws, they had it so people didn't have to pay their rent for over a year. So were you a landlord out there who didn't have to pay, didn't get money because the government said they didn't have to pay? That's what I'm saying. That's why it's no use to have single family units. I believe all the duplexes, triplexes are going to become Section 8 criminal housing. Watch. You're going to have slumlords and the company, what is it? The state will say, pay or take the property. They'll say, take the damn property. I'll just go get another one somewhere else. So that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about today. Just let me know. You college student, you think gambling is going to be the way of the future? What do you think? How do you believe me when I talk about Section 8's housing with 1 or 2 units because the government's not forcing people to pay? Do you think someone's really going to improve the unit or fix the unit that someone's living in? So let me know. Subscribe, comment, like, subscribe, comment, like. Hey, do you want to learn how to play blackjack so you can go make extra money? That's my game of choice. And if you're a college student or doing these online training for high school or online college, hey, why don't you learn how to gamble? That's going to be the way of the future because there ain't going to be no Social Security. And subscribe for some other ways can help you make money. Talk to you later. You know, you're saying, why should you listen to me? I'm 52. I've lived through the 2001, 2008, going through the 2020, 1995 recessions. This is the worst recession because now it's called the whole world to reset it. All the norms have been burned down, and this is what will help you get through them.